6 o'clock. Let's call this February 6, 2018 meeting of the Andalusia City Council to order and ask you to join Councilman Wells as he leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the prayer.
Let us pray. Father, this is the day that you've made. We ask to rejoice and be glad in it. Very simply, Father, let the words of our mouth, the meditations of our heart, be acceptable in our sight tonight. You are our strength and our Redeemer. Amen.
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 Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to welcome everyone to our first meeting in February. Remind everyone that we meet on the first and third Tuesdays of each month, with the workshop starting at 5 o'clock up in the conference room on the third floor, and then the regular business session starting here in the council chambers at 6 o'clock. We invite the public to come and observe as we carry out the business of this city. Members of the council, before you have the minutes of your regular meeting held January the 16th, 2018 for consideration.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes of January the 16th as is.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Griffin to accept and approve the minutes as presented. Do we have a second?
I second the motion.
Second by Mr. Mount. Any further discussion, question, or comments? All in favor of accepting the minutes, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that is unanimous and approved, and I thank you for that. No unfinished business. Under new business, we have a resolution 2018-04, an application for a community development block grant for some sewer improvements in the city. This is a grant through ADECA that we have already been pre-approved for unofficially for $175,000 for some sewer work on the west side of town. This money will be spent, actually, it will go through the utility board and be spent by the utility board, and any matching funds requirements will be met by the utility board. However, a CDBG grant has to be applied for by the municipality. So while we have no obligation from the city to meet the matching requirements because the utility board will pay it, we have to make the application. And as I say, we've already been pre-cleared on this. So I recommend to you that we adopt this resolution, which will authorize us to move forward with the application.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve Resolution 2018-04, authorizing an application for a community development block grant for sewer improvements.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Sconiers. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Powell. Any further questions, comments, or discussion? All in favor of adopting the resolution, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that carries, and I thank you for that. Item 5B is a resolution on human resources, 2018-01, amending the employee strength plan and position descriptions. We have had some questions about some details in this resolution and in the request. And so we are going to pass taking action on this tonight to give the council members time to get answers to the questions that some of them might have with respect to this resolution. And we'll take it up again at the second meeting in February. So we will pass item 5B for tonight. Item 5C is a resolution 2018-05 approving surplus vehicles and equipment. There are 9 vehicles and pieces of equipment there that are listed in the resolution or on the resolution that is no longer being used by the city either because they're just worn completely out and no longer useful to us or can be used, and or either we don't need them anymore, and we need to market those and sell them and take the cash and use it in our other operations. But to do that under state law, we have to declare this equipment as surplus. So that's what this resolution does, and I recommend to you that we go ahead and adopt the resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we accept that resolution 2018-05 surplus vehicles and equipment.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. Wells. Do we have a second?
Second. Pardon me. Second.
All right, second by Mr. Powell. Any further question, comments, or discussion? All in favor of adopting the resolution, please indicate by raising your right hand. And that too is unanimous, and I thank you for that. Our next item is ordinance number 2008-01. This is the first ordinance of the new year, and I am happy to announce to you that it is good news for our city. This ordinance will authorize me to enter into a contract, a lease contract, with a new business for Andalusia that will come to town and open a new restaurant downtown in the ground floor of the old Timmerman building, also known as the First National Bank building, which we now own. Part of the ordinance will be declaring that space surplus space under state law for the city to sell equipment or land or property. They have to declare it surplus. But also, if you lease it for any purpose, you have to declare it surplus for the period of the lease. And so that's what this ordinance will do. This company is a company called Milky Moo, and they are out of Enterprise, Alabama, and they have 2 or 3 stores in South Alabama, and they plan to put one, as I said, there on the ground floor of the Timmerman building, and we're really excited about it. This is something we've been working on for about 6 or 8, 9 months now.
Yeah, at least.
And we had some stalls in it and a couple of stops in it before we could get everything negotiated and worked out. And the business is ready now to move forward. Is really excited about the location. Probably at the rate we're going now, would expect this new restaurant to open sometime in early summer or mid-summer of this year. So again, excited about that. We'll take no action on this tonight. This is an ordinance under state law. You cannot adopt an ordinance on the first night that it is presented to you or the first reading unless you suspend the rules unanimously and vote on it. There's no reason for us to do that in this situation because it's not any kind of any kind of an emergency or action that needs to be taken before our next council meeting. So we will take this up at the next council meeting and celebrate a new business coming to town. And again, something that will be adding to our quality of life and choices of restaurants and places to go in Andalusia, particularly in the downtown area. It'll fit real well. It's a good match for the other restaurants that we have, fits the other businesses. I think it's something that the people of Andalusia and Covenant County and surrounding area will like and enjoy, and we look forward to them coming to town. I'd like to report to you members of the council and to the public who may watch this or read it that sales tax receipts for the city of Andalusia during the month of December were up 2.6% more than the December same period of last year. Since the first year that Candyland, which was 2014, sales tax receipts have increased over 12% during the months of December. So that's 4 years. You take that and 12% divided by 4, you get 3. And so they've increased an average of 3% during the month of December, each one of those years. That's, I think, very significant. During the first 4 months of our current fiscal year, October through January, the city's sales tax receipts are 6.6% higher than they were the previous year for the same period of time. Again, that's good news for the city, but it's also good news for our merchants, because they're the ones that are making those sales and creating that sales tax revenue. So congratulations to them for doing a good job, getting their businesses being successful in their businesses and raising revenue in our city. And it's good news for our city operation. I'm happy about where we are with our economy. Things are going well. Sales tax revenues are up. Businesses are coming to town. Houses are being built. $200 million is being invested at Shaw Industries. Things are good. And we've got a lot to be happy about and thankful for. Okay, anything else to come before the council tonight from members of the council? Hearing nothing, we will stand adjourned.